Okay, Tumblr, I'm here at the scene of the crime, which would be terrible, terrible horse abuse here at Morning Run Farms in Bishop, Georgia. I'm going out to interview with one of the abusees. That would be Ginger, a 9-year-old rescued standardbred. I will speak with her shortly and I will take an interview with her. To give you an idea of the horrible abuse here, just look at this terrible hellhole these horses have to live in. Just tons of grass and shade and disgusting, disgusting conditions here. Absolutely deplorable. These horses are so fat. They just eat grass absolutely all day long. All right, I'm coming up on the abused horse. All right, folks, this is Ginger. Ginger is 9, as I've said. I've owned Ginger since she was 6 months old. Abused her since she was 6 months old. We'll talk to her in a moment. Just a moment, folks. Alright, folks, here is the abused horse. This is Ginger. As you can tell, she's, following me freely. Definitely highly abused horse right here. She's just, she doesn't know anything other than this terrible abuse. As you can see, she's in great health, as most abused horses are. Amazing health, fed twice a day, can graze all day long. She actually just got vetted and had her hooves trimmed, which again is part of the systematic abuse of these beautiful horses. Now, Ginger, tell me, how do you feel about this abuse? Do you see those ears sticking straight up? Obviously, she's just so abused, she knows she has to keep those ears up, pretend that she's happy all the time. Come on, Gin. I've had Ginger her whole life and just have abused her every single day of it. All of these, trainings and grassy pastures and vet checks and nice food and cushy saddle pads have just destroyed her life. Make sure, hold on. Okay, good, Jen. All right, we're gonna let the abused horse get a little bit of water. All right, she doesn't want water. I'm not going to force her because that would be abuse. We're going to take Ginger into the barn and we'll further interview her there. Here you can see the abused horse is standing in her grooming stall, not even tied up. That is the length of her abuse. She's too scared to run away, so I don't even have to tie her up. And now I will abuse her even more and brush her with this soft bristled brush. Matches all of her other stuff. And the abuse here is just sickening, folks. It's sickening, and obviously I am the scum of the earth. Alright, folks, I'm all set up to abuse my horse. We're going to go over the basics of horse abuse. Here you'll see the very, very abusive D-ring snaffle bit. Super abusive. You can see she's really in a lot of pain right now. Again, this horse is not tied up. There's a ton of abuse that has resulted in her, too scared to move. As you can see, she's also falling asleep here in the grooming stall. Super abused right here. Here is the horror of all horrors, the abusive saddle. As you can see, you've got a real nice, cushy saddle pad. This saddle has actually had some fittings put inside to mold the horse's back, so it's extremely abusive in that sense. Another element is these brush boots, just in case the horse was to knock her back feet on her front feet, just so we can continue the abuse as long as possible. Part of my parts of abuse is helmet for safety, so I can continue to abuse more horses. Gloves for added safety. Actually, you can look at my finger. I lost a fingernail about a week ago because I didn't wear gloves. So when you're abusing, always wear your gloves and your helmet. So I'm about to go get on this horse and, abuse her. Probably gonna have to wake her up from her nap she's taking here in the cross ties, or the lack of cross ties. And we're gonna go and do some abuse. So, see you in a little bit. Honestly, you can just see the pain from all of the abuse that this horse is receiving right now. Right now we're riding in the woods because I was unable to abuse her in the arena as it is having new soft footing laid. So we're out here in the horribly shady and cool woods having a nice hack on this beautiful July day. So as you can see in her ears, how much pain and suffering this horse is going through right now. You see how upright and attentive they are to the pain that she's receiving, and how they're cocking left and right as she listens to my voice and listens to the birds. So obviously she's in pain. As you can see, I'm outfitted in my pain-giving gear. All of the pain that I am been trained since I was 4 years old to afflict on these horses. So we're going to continue our abusive ride today. Just relaxing out here on the hacking trails. And I'll get back to you when we get back into the barn. Another part of Ginger's abuse is stopping along these beautiful trails we have for a drink of water from the pond. She's listening to a truck that just went by. She loves the water. She loves to swim and get in and splash around. So we're going to stop and take a break from our abuse with some water torture, which is very extreme thing to do. You're now witnessing yet another deplorable part of this horse abuse, this systematic horse abuse, and that is hosing down my horse after a hot ride. I do live in Georgia, which is in the south, and it gets very hot. It's about 96 degrees outside right now, and this is a part of riding, hosing your horse down so that her body temperature stays cool. And yep, alrighty. But honestly, I really hope that everyone understands that horseback riding is not abuse when done correctly, obviously. Some people do unfortunately abuse their horses, but that's definitely an exception and not the norm. Horseback riding is a partnership between a horse and rider. Normally it's a lot of people miscommunicating between horse and rider. That does happen. And it's really a beautiful thing, and the horses are in no way harmed. I mean, look at her. She's honestly probably the most happy-go-lucky horse in the world. Alrighty, well, this has been a fun day. I've really enjoyed making these videos, so I hope y'all actually watch them because I laughed the entire time and got really weird looks from people at the barn. Alrighty, y'all go have fun with your horses. She's found out I have a treat in my hand. Let me drink you one. I like to unwrap.